Hi friends, it's Madisyn. Welcome back. So I was sick last week and that's why I wasn't able to be here for our Sunday session. But I also had a couple of days off where I could have filmed and I did not do that. So I truly just want to say thank you for your patience, and it feels really good to be back. Today we are at Juno Beach Park. I'm just going to kind of show you why this is my favorite park or my favorite beach so far. I want to do more of a beach tour, and I'll kind of show more of like what's kind of going on out there, and like what beaches are what, like why I like them and all of that kind of stuff. So during this video I'm going to kind of explain some mental health stuff I've been dealing with, and just kind of want to move forward with the channel. So I will see y'all in just a little bit. So before you get to the beach, you have the Ocean Rescue headquarters, and you have a pair of restrooms, and then you have your walkway. This is something new since the last time I've been here, I think, or I just never noticed it, but there's a cleanup station for the beach. That's kind of really awesome. I'm gonna do this one day. We're gonna do it together. It's rare I can actually get this shot, but they also have showers back here too for you to clean off after you're done. But yeah, so I don't know how windy it's gonna be. We're gonna take a trip across the street here together. The ocean is incredibly rough today. We're gonna push the button, although you probably don't need to. So one of the cool things I like about this place, or this beach, is they actually give you your conditions for the day. This part, you are not allowed to have dogs. And yeah, I don't think we'll be enjoying much of the actual water today because it is choppy out there. Yeah, so this is definitely the I would recommend checking this when you come to the beach. A lot of times too in the summer, a lot of times too during the summer on this board you'll see like hot sand warnings, and they are not joking. I'll explain more about that after. They also have a pier over there. I wasn't sure about it. Well, I'm trying to get out of the breeze. I wasn't quite sure about the pier, and it does appear you've got to pay to get down there. I don't know how much, but it's a breezy day here today. Oh my god. Yeah, I haven't been down there yet. One day, apparently there is a snack bar too, which I had no idea this whole time I've been coming here. But I'm going to share a little bit of tips and tricks with you that I've learned since coming to this beach. So we're back here by this sign in the crosswalk, okay? So this is where you first walk on. You have Pier right here. And then this is typically where you have a bunch of people. It's a lot more busy right here. But you do have lifeguards. But you're not allowed to have dogs. Dogs are not allowed in this park. So I don't recommend coming here if you want to be in a more chill place, and if you have a dog. Don't come to this particular section. I'll show you where to go. At the crosswalk, just come this direction instead of going straight at that first bridge, and I'll show you why. It's gonna get a little bouncy, I apologize. So you walk down just a little bit further to this crosswalk here. This area is not guarded, but contrary to the people in front of me, this section has a lot less people, and this is my favorite part. It also has its own shower across from these apartments. That's probably why it's less busy. They have a park right there too. If you go down a little further to the next light, you go down that way towards that tent. There is a section where you can have dogs. So it's not really just like a dog-free beach. It's more of a dogs in certain sections area of beach. I did not expect it to be this windy today. Oh my God, I'm glad I brought my headphones. So during the summer, there was a bunch of seaweed that you can kind of see. It's kind of really gross. If you're coming here, I recommend laying as far away from the seaweed as possible because it does smell and attract flies. Don't mess with it, just leave it where it's at. Just lay kind of farther away from it and you'll be fine. And this is kind of an explanation of why. I'm gonna set my stuff down and kind of give you guys a little bit more of a walking tour, and then we will go ahead and go from there. I'm gonna block this area. So a lot of what's been going on is ever since, well, let me back up just a little bit. So before I came here, I had the goal of becoming financially free, which is, most people's goal, right? So I wanted to come to Florida, be closer to the beach, be somewhere I've never been, and just kind of reform myself, restructure my life, just kind of get my shit together, really. And when I got here, immediately I started working, which was good because I had to have a job to pay my rent, otherwise I wouldn't be able to be here. So I immediately got myself into this job, got hooked right back into the rat race, and was more concerned with trying to work myself up within the company, try to get myself more hours, try to get myself a raise. So I was just working really hard and doing everything I could, and doing everything that you should as, a good employee or a good soldier or someone who's main goal is to, just work their way up their whole life. I've always had more of that entrepreneur spirit, and so trying to conform to someone else's idea of what a job should be or what have you is really difficult for me. And so for me to actually come out into this job and do what I'm doing and working as hard as I am is just really rare for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I've done it, but it's not for me. I usually do it when I'm in a survival mode, and I don't want to be in survival mode anymore. I want to be in, moving forward mode, which I know it's coming, and I'm preparing for that, but at the same time, it's just kind of been a little bit rough, not knowing what's next, which I know it's, rough for everybody, but at the same time, we sometimes need to move backwards in order to move forwards, or sometimes we need to move in a direction in which case we don't think we're supposed to move in, and that will give us a realignment into where we are supposed to be and what direction we're supposed to be moving in. So, for example, I needed this time spent back in the rat race just to know that it's not for me, and to know that working on my own thing and coming out here and YouTubing all the time is the proper avenue for me to take. Hang on, I'm gonna pause it for a minute. An eclectic man plays music and rides all around the park and the beach. Came by, I didn't want to copyright because of how loud he plays his music. But yeah, so I've been struggling just with the fact that I don't want to work for someone else who's going to just slave drive me. He walked by again. So, anywho, I was attempting to leave the rat race when I came here. I wanted to come here and enjoy this Florida lifestyle, this slower life, the beach, the waves, just that's why I was coming here, that and to get somewhere warmer, because Atlanta winters just became too brutal for me, so I had to get away from that. But yeah, so I have decided to refocus a lot of my energy on this channel because I need a return to joy in my life. And when I had the most joy in my life was when I had the most, when I was making videos earlier this year. I was just so joyful, like it was the happiest I've ever been. And then I had to get this job. Hi, Crow. And with this job, I've been having to just constantly work. And if I'm not working, I'm sleeping. And if I'm not sleeping, I'm just sitting there doing nothing because I can't do anything else because I'm so freaking tired. And the goal of this life is to set goals and move forward and create a life for yourself. And so many of us have forgotten that when we've gotten lost in trying to build a life in whatever job we've found ourselves in. And, while that's well and good for some people, there's some of us out here that are just like, yeah, that's not for me. I can't do that. So what do they expect those of us to do? Like they've formed a system that's all specific to like one type of person, and it's really frustrating for those of us who aren't in the, it's like they don't want entrepreneurs anymore. They just want obedient workers, and it really stinks, but it's the truth. And we need to start pushing back those of us that are the dreamers, those of us that are the artists, those of us that want to make more of ourselves than a manager at a restaurant or a manager in a retail location when there's thousands upon thousands of them everywhere. And where's the really goal in that? I mean, there isn't any. I mean, there's 10,000 Five Belows and you're a manager there, good luck. Yeah, good job. You're one of 10,000. I mean, wouldn't it be a lot cooler to say, hey, I'm an artist. Check out my art I did myself. There's no AI. Or, hey, I created this content. There's no AI. Or, I'm, I just created this new restaurant idea. Or, I created this new invention. Like, we need to get back to that dreaming. We need to get back to where we are putting good out into the world instead of just consuming. Because that's what most of us are doing. We're just consuming content and we're not producing any content. So most of us feel depleted and worn out and burnt out because we're not doing any good for the world. And many of us, that's something we want to do, is we want to do good for the world. We want to help other people. Most of humanity is good. I truly believe that. I see the best in humanity all the time. And we need to start using our imaginations again. We need to do a restart and just kind of do what I'm doing and take a leap of faith. Get out there in nature. Come out here to the beach if you can, if you're close. I know not everyone's as fortunate to live so close to the beach. I mean, I pay a heavy price to be here. It's $800 for a tiny little bedroom, but it's where I need to be right now, and I'm making the most of it. And I just want to let you guys know that I will be here a lot more often. I intend to, beginning November 1st, to go back to daily videos. I don't know what those are going to look like yet, but that is the intention. I am going to be here. It's more so for my mental health, more so for me to just create something. Even if it's just me recording 30 minutes of the ocean and posting that, or me explaining my deep thoughts, or me exploring, or just nature, whatever. I'm gonna start coming back out here and doing it, because if I don't, I'm just gonna slowly fade away and be miserable, and I don't want that. So I just want to say thank you for your patience. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for sticking with me these past 6 months as I transition from one phase of my life to the other. And I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a big thumbs up and give it a like. It really does help out the channel. Juno Beach. So when it's summertime, the sand is so piping hot you cannot stand on it. I would highly recommend against standing on any of the sand during the summer. I also highly recommend not wearing flip-flops on the beaches here in Florida during the summer. You will feel like you're doing a fire walking challenge, so don't do that. It's like walking on coals. It's so hot. That's why they usually do put the hot sand warning on the signs. So what I was doing to counteract that was I was wearing my Crocs, which worked really well if you walked extremely slowly. Because once the holes filled up, your toes would be scorching on fire. So I was like, okay, what can I do? So from my time working at Pizza Hut for like 6 weeks, recently I had to buy closed-toe Crocs in case I spilt something on my feet. I didn't burn myself. So we're having to wear these. I was like, you know what? Those will be better because there's no holes, and the sun, or so the sand won't get through. So this is what those look like. So there's no sand or there's no holes, so it doesn't get into your shoes. So you don't have to worry so much about whether you're going to burn yourself. And then also there are, like I just discovered, there is a snack bar over there in that building. I'm going to move you guys. In the building over here on the pier, right here, there's a snack bar in there. The pier goes down that way. But then if you go the opposite direction of the pier, kind of that way, there is, on the weekends at least, you'll sometimes find people that are selling stuff out of snack carts or what have you. But when you go when you go farther away from the pier, you actually have a lot more people, because in that section you can have dogs. And while I love dogs, and dogs are wonderful, and I'm excited to have my own one day, they can be loud and obnoxious and full of energy, and I can't handle loud, obnoxious, full of energy most of the time. So I prefer chill dogs and not wild dogs. So I'm actually kind of happy that there's a section where they can't be, so it's more quiet and peaceful. And I'm happy that there's a section I can go to if I want to be around that. So I really love it here. I actually really wish I lived closer than 30 minutes away, but this is my favorite beach, and as of right now, it's my happier place. Sure, I'm happy at the apartment, but like, this is my happier place. And I'm grateful to be able to be out in nature and get some sun and ground, and I would like to go in the water today, but it's a bit too rough. So we're not going to do that. And I feel like this video is getting way too long, and I'd like to lay back now. So if you enjoyed this video, and you're thinking about visiting Juno Beach, let me know what you'd like to know, and I will try to find out information for you. Leave me a comment down below. If you have any other tips and tricks to share, leave those down below. If you enjoyed my motivational talk about my life, leave a like down below, or leave a comment, or what have you. Yeah, there's nobody even in the water. Like, there's a guy with his feet in it, but we're not going down there today. It is way too rough. It is way too rough. I might put my feet in it, or walk along it, but I'm not going in it. Yeah, not worth it. But anyways, guys, thank you so much again for your patience and for sticking with me, and I look forward to this journey and seeing where this channel goes. We're still hunting for gators, so I really want to see one in real life, but that'll have to wait until we can go a little farther away from home. So thank you so much for watching. I love you, and I will see you very soon, and beginning November 1st, daily uploads every single day. I love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.